Assalamu alaikum to all of you and good evening all of you. I am your host Fahad Wala and I am student and interview captain at Rehan School Online Academy. So welcome to our another today's amazing episode of my podcast. So today we are going to do our conversation with Mr. Sladjan who is a brilliant person and I can't wait to learn more about him and to explore his life journey, amazing life journeys. So, welcome, Mr. Sladjan, to the show. And how are you?
Yes, thank you. It's my actually the deepest and intention just to actually greet you, all the audience, and I suppose there's going to be on the most of the young people that would like to discover and as well to just have some, I hope, some benefits of this discussion. And I'm more than thrilled that we have this outstanding conversation about. And at the other side, I mentioned, but I would like once again, then just to greet specially the host, Fahad, that is amazing young person that is just taking the most of the people in very short and abbreviated form and is in very outstanding way is transmitting the knowledge and the wisdom of the people that he has chosen in the past. So I recommend that you have time and as well to look and listen the previous episode and to find the amazing people that he has as well on the stage. So my actually greetings to all of you, especially to youngster that are looking forward actually just to have that attention. So from someone who can actually just give you some maybe inspirational part of something that is going to inspire you and as well to why not? Because I found that this is actually is important as well as like supportive build up for the people actually being involved and having these amazing options to reach the people all around the world. Um, so that's my actually short or extended greetings for all of you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sladjan. Your kind words are really meant a lot. And thank you so much for appreciating me. And it is really pleasure for me to talk with all of you like you're nice person and thank you so much for your precious time again. So, can you please introduce yourself so the audience and viewers can also get to know you more better, that who you are?
Yeah, this is one of the interesting questions to ask about definition and as well about who I am. And this is actually like broader question about what I'm doing or what actually is my steps to be taken. So there's actually some of the profile is part of points in the past that I can mention. Um, and I have some extending the experience in the North America. Some who was licensed in many different fields and going from being insurance broker, mortgage broker, business broker, and actually just having as well some activities in the merger and acquisition part. And after that, especially the COVID was the time, I found that some people actually in their professional or some other reason actually that was actually something that changed. And that's changed, I found as well, and especially with the people that you have encountered, the people actually try to streamline inside outside, from inside to outside. And I like actually this of the some of you guys, they try to connect what they are actually just uh, deep inside they have been or they have been developed to relate to professional designation as well. So let's say that through the COVID, I actually have that position that I kept, but even on the another uh, land or just going to go and trying to get some roots and as well some environment that is going to, let's say, so to glow, to emphasize something that has been done in the past. So, and if I'm going to mention with something that is going to be maybe something interesting, so I found that the COVID time was actually a period of time of how to reconduct yourself and how to put reset in the words and deeds. And that was actually as well. There's something that happened as well in some family conditions, and there's things that happens for some reason. And by having some you can say challenges, and as well, I accompany like my parents in some of their last years of their lifetime, and something that I did in the past. I professionally advanced in the sense that I'm like uh, trained physiotherapist and chiropractic as well. And this is actually also one part of my expression, but indeed I'm embedded as well something that I did or I do or like in the time of like training part. And what is actually something that they kept in doing and it's becoming a even professional appealing part is that I'm trained and certified in many different area, like tennis coach, like a martial art, master, and having given the license progress sport to basketball. And it's very interesting because that connection about, let's say, the well-beings, and as well also some type, let's say, of nature. So this location it has become for me very important in the sense that I'm, in some sense, let's say, I can say, addicted to the open swimming part of that I'm doing like on a daily schedule all through whole the year. So I'm doing like ice swimming and all these things. And I'm mentioning not in the sense uh, of describing myself, but in the sense that that exploration of the things that you ever experience in your lifetime can become the integrity of the continuity of something that is going to be connection bonds as well for something that you would like to be expressed. So it can be in the fields that has not been explored or has been explored, but now it has become something that you can go step outside. And I understand completely that for the young person, and this is especially, I suppose, for the young audience, that expansion of and expanding the and having the cumulative values of being exposed and be connected is so very important. But at one point of time, it's very important to keep the stillness and to have this. And it's very interesting because if I'm just going to shop here, but I'm actually just in front of the very interesting place here. So my outside, this is actually like very old church, and so with and in the sense that uh, I'm like at at one point that uh, that possibility to go beyond like regular daily practice of being uh, involved just into one place is has become something that is let's say less attractive and stepping out and stepping outside of the regular place to work, to do, and to go beyond some experience is something that is very valuable. And this is, I think that what you do is exactly what you promote because the questions and the guests that you have is the people that go beyond their like ordinary patterns of their business expression and is there's always the acquisition part of the new knowledge, interest, and as well intention to go beyond their their experience. And maybe I'm going to stop here because I don't want to actually just continue by not having the as well the guided questions. Uh, but as well, I really enjoy what you at you and meet and as well develop this opportunity to have so vast and so diverse experience condensed in the form of something that is the message to change and as well to develop and to support. And I found as well this invitation as well as something that is, um, let's say, a knowledgeable way to have the people in the process of receiving and exploring opportunities and venues so deep, wide, and with no limits to actually have it, to get, and to acquire. I can speak of some of the any in details on any, but this is actually was like larger introduction about so let's say about the things and that I would like just to open as as a gate of discussion. So thank you for your question, and I'll then back to you.
Thank you so much for such an amazing introduction and that all the things that you explained on your introduction also. So, what was the turning point that made you realize you could turn your passion into a career?
Yeah, the turning point I think that I mentioned about the COVID time was something that changed, let's say, the upside down the process, and as well at the same time that was something that was reconnection for me for the homeland where I grew up, and I was like, so it was as well my way that I respond by default to the needs of my grandparent, or my grandmother, and my parents. And indeed, by having that accompanying them and being present and being at the side that was standing as, let's say, that like the pillar and the support, that was actually something that changed completely. Maybe I have to say like that one, but maybe that the COVID didn't come. Um, I will definitely not be at this point and this place. And but the other side doesn't mean that the journey is actually just stopped here, and that doesn't mean that that jump and quantum leap outside of on the place is just stopping here. And the other side is something that change that let's say and condense the experience in the sense so about how to be, let's say, uh, uh, how uh, to I have actually one sentence that I mentioned in the past. Uh, um, how to have cohabitation about by not being present, and I mean deeply in that sense that I think that I think that what we do for others and what is actually done for us, and this is actually I found as well the special place and special moment as well, that sometimes we enlarge the place and experience for someone else, uh, and we shorten the time and experiencing by expanding that and speaking about the things that is moving outside of something that has been, let's say, like regular and normal, and after that we have that shift and the change, And I found as well that the people actually, instead of have that change, actually we can speak about the quantum leap that happened in our lifetime, and something that we have become like completely transformed on the process of the transformation or the pilgrimage, or something that is putting us in your perspective, and as well in the humble perspective of discovering and rediscovering the life in its large and outstanding scope beyond our limits or beyond our life, and just actually appreciating the humanity in the, in its entirely scope. Uh, so that was the bondage. And if you don't mind, I will just finish with this one. I found that the COVID time case was the expansion of that need, and I found that one of the tools, and this is a I'm grateful for that one, that was expanding and connecting the spirit and human souls, was as well the, let's say, the clubhouse, having that amazing unlimited and unchanged connection of the people, that was especially so flourishing during the COVID time. And I found that during that period of time, I encounter, and this is also once again a confirmation, that the boundaries of the countries, of the colors, of the languages has been like diminished. And this is the fantastic experience and fantastic experience that we can celebrate. And I celebrate as well what you do and your interest, your courage as well to step out and to get the people all around the world that are going to that are going to express that bondage and that need to be in that communion outside of the boundaries and outside of so something that was ordinary. Now that extraordinary has become now the ordinary experience. And with that one, I'm just yielding the mic to you. Thank you.
Okay, amazing. Such a brilliant answer. So, did you face any initial resistance or challenges in making this transition? How did you overcome them?
That overcome experience is something that we are actually progress that is continuous, and that transition transformation is something that is eternal, like as well. So the question can be like reversing. The question is how that transformation is actually, let's say, not advancing, but how is its experience. And I found that the life is actually so amazing transformational path. And sometimes the obstacles and the challenges that we have, they we experience that they don't stand for something that they stop us. They are made for us, or they are made in order that we glow and we grow in the same way that is like repetitive, and just by being present and by being exposed, like being exposed by chasing the sunrise, sunset. That I think that maybe if we have a chance, maybe that I do like on a daily basis, like carpe diem experience, like having the chasing that, being present at the right moment. It doesn't mean that you do it, but just being present by being present. And I found that this is the probably the biggest actually experience to that transformation actually is passing through. That process of, in the Greek, they call the metanoia, of the changing, the transformation, is something that the human being is embedded to do. And probably it's by having that t- type of that being immersed in that process. It means that the life in its depth and its wide experience is just going on the level to share, to accept, to receive, and to cherish. And the question that you asked about the obstacles and backdrops and anything that is like reversible is something that one point is not just passing like a lesson, but as well the something that we become grateful of being exposed and being challenged. Maybe at that specific time we didn't actually get some clues why it happened and why it's happening, but during that process, it's just going to become the sedimental value of something that we are. And there's much more to experience and to transform in order to find the stillness and find that part that is unmovable in ourselves. And I can expand on that one, but that's actually is going to be maybe some of the uh, clues that I'm at that moment I'm maybe trying to say about. So thank you, and once again, yield the mic to you.
Okay, thank you so much too. So, how has pursuing your passion as a profession changed your perception of it?
It's very interesting. I have to say that maybe it's the choice. Maybe it's actually like coming like that. I have to say that like at this moment, I'm actually like having a very different professional expression at the same time, and there's a exponential process of expanding even on the uh, other actually um, let's say locations and different experiences. I'm going to actually just take one example. The last year, I have a like a very long and fruitful part of the being the part of the so the Chinese travel service that is exploring the opportunities to expand and to not expand to establish the sport events, competition parts, Uh, so, uh, so as well the artistic, so colonies that cultural part in this part of the world. And by having this one, we have as well the sport camps and different parts of the let's say something that is going to let's say brings and expand on introduce on as well to leverage the experience outside of China. And by having this let's say this experience in the past, so it was very vast. One of the things that let's say that was happening is that I and we know that there's a shift uh, about how the let's say I'm just going to mention that it's not intentionally limited just to set to that, but the BRICS and the expansion of the Chinese presence is outstanding, and I have let's say being involved in how the China with the Chinese language they are putting and pushing the funds and as well to have the mothers speaking and learning Chinese and actually introduce that on very gentle but supportive ways. And I'm actually in the sense that I'm in the process as well to go outside that one and may probably we are going to see is it actually God will that I expanded my role in the let's say going back going forward actually to China. But there's the other side. So that's my let's say the let's say I'm enticed by that relationship, not just the relation, being exposed by that opportunities and as well having that ties that I establish. And I have actually as well the company, some of the people through the sport activities. I have some imitation is about, and that's very interesting to expand. There's some global level, like we speak English, but I find out that by, let's say, having the Chinese like intentional cultural and language intention to learn and master so relevant important in our lifetime. So let's say if you ask me, let's say what I would like to do or what I would like to let's say achieve, if that can be defined like achievement, I would like actually just to be in some sense professionally, culturally involved in this different projects and expanding different wave. Uh, but why? Because it's bringing the the huge part of the world. So being able to explore. So the English is amazing language and it's coming at the proper time, and we are just doing that. But let's say I would like that me too have discussion in the next 10 years, and we do the same interview in the Chinese. And I'm challenging you that you at your end you do your part of whatever your let's say accommodation of your life experience that we're able to then let's say that we established in maybe 5 years this discussion, but in Chinese.
Yes, sure. Why not? Sure, we will do in Chinese also. But the English language is really amazing language, and we should learn English to speak internationally because uh, Chinese and Koreans and Turkish, Canadian, whatever the pupils are, they speak in English with us because I speak Urdu, and I think your language is not English.
And yeah, I'm actually my mother tongue language is the Serbian and Romanian, and je suis carrément un Canadien français, so I speak French as Canadian French guy, and English is something that is in addition to the French language, but I understand as well German and have some as well some knowledge and some period of time when I actually have used as well, let's say other languages as well. But on the daily basis, I like actually shift like five languages different.
Amazing. This is really amazing, and languages are really amazing to learn, to explore different languages. So, navigating change. This is my topic now. So, what was the most significant life change you've had to navigate, and how did you manage it?
Yeah, let's say I'm going to use this. I mentioned the commit time, and I mentioned that was actually like so that the changing, shifting quantum leap point when it has bouncing some undiscovered and unhindered part of the life journey that was as well the grateful part to be and being present with my parents, my grandmother, and on the other side, what I see as the challenge, and this is I found that the I will expand about that concept of the language because I found that is building up perspective how to expand the life experience as well. There's two ways that you can do it. One of the ways is actually just being completely immersed in the stillness. So finding and building up that nature of like having the, as mentioned, I just want to go back. This is like the very old church and built in the way that is going to, uh, going on that side and having this stillness and having gravitating in that path to be present by being present in the way that is repetitive and doesn't mean that doesn't expand outside of the experience. And because in the stillness you find, let's say, the voice, not just on this place, but as well in other places. Let's say where you're going to, so let's say, being completely in order to get that, let's say, this spiritual dimension, you need actually to be isolated. Yes, no. So by having that nature being immersed in something that is, I think that the COVID was really God given opportunities, that so for the people to step out and step in the nature and having that moment of the building up that stillness, connection, uh, so and getting being becoming resourcing themselves by having being in some sense having that monastic maybe appeal. And the other side, that was as well the reason to let's trade the new good news, the gospel news. So that is gone like beyond the question that there's leap and there's a seasonal part of the life. And by having this in mind, what I'm trying to say is by I find that like expanding yourself is I found that is coming now. It's real intentional to let's say for at my end, let's say to embrace the new language and new environment. Uh,
Yeah,
so and I found so appealing, and I can actually share with you because by having this different project in China, I knew that I have been as well involved. I have some administering some of the things. Let's say the Chinese providing the full scholarship. Just one of the companies that I'm involved as well. 100,000 young people just willing to be, to learn, and to stay in China. So it's not the question because something that need to let's say to be displaced has become now so easy available. And so that's why I found that maybe I'm just like loudly thinking about maybe we can expand on this matter because the people actually try to that acquire and have acquisition, but other side you need some determination to be
yeah,
and and to go on that direction. Maybe we can speak about, let's say, why we should not bring, and I think that Pakistan, let's say, is as well something that inclined to the BRICS countries, that we bring some people, and we can do that. And we can do another broadcast. I will bring the Chinese people, China's ladies. We can expand on universities, and we can promote because I found that your youth, at your age, you can be very prolific herald voice or someone who can speak on that matter that we can easily expand experience about the life of the people, let's say in the Pakistan or the people around the world that would like to explore and to get, let's say, the Chinese flavor. Because yes, we get the English value, English flavor, but why should not we have the both? And once when you mingle that Western and Eastern part of the experience, we will actually just become the both. And let's say maybe we can establish and we can speak on that matter and we expand on the matters to speak and stand for the youth all around the world that we bring the, let's say, the Chinese flavor. And I have the open mandate for that, let's say. And I'm completely thrilled to accompany the people because biggest joy is the transformation that you're going to experience to others. It's like being the godfather for the others in that transformation process. It's not about my achievement, but my joy is going to be about the people who is going to be courageous, bold to get this flavor. And this is actually
Yeah.
maybe I just put on the spot. Let me do it. Let me do it. And I found that with this things, it's not about just having me like me, but having that support and pillars of something that is going beyond us with acquisition process and reception process that is sufficient for the young people to accept and become the, let's say, the bondage and let's say the flourishing, beautiful connections that is going to be able to have the both experience on the both sides. If you're going to be actually make the world just actually better understandable and easier to navigate. So
Okay.
that's
Thank
my
you so much. Yeah, that is amazing. Thank you so much for appreciating me and your words. Your kind words are really meant a lot. And yeah, it is true to support and to appreciate the young, the young age of people, the kids, the young generation, so they can also, because they are our future. In the future, they will do something if we appreciate them or if we support them. So thank you so much for your precious time, Mr. Sladjan. Do you have any advice for our viewers, so which you want to give to our viewers?
no, it's actually my gratitude to what you do. It's excellent mission, and I so wish you all the best, and as well. So that's so inspirational for the young people, and I'm actually more than pleased that I am actually part of that experience. And as well, if there's anything that will be advanced, and let's be do it together. So my best expression of love and benediction to all of you, and so see you next time.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sledgen. Thank you so much. So, viewers, inshallah, meet you soon with another amazing podcast, with another amazing guest in our show. So, till then, stay peace and take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.